Have you ever wondered how Python controls the flow of program? What makes Python programs smart? How do they make decisions? I'm Rashid, your Python mentor, and in this video we're gonna cover making decisions, repeating actions, controlling execution flow, and this is our lesson number 2, and let's start the lecture. To make decisions, Python have if-else. If-else is the making decision on basis of conditions. So first of all, we have a basic if statement, and we will basic if statement is a program chooses path based on condition. Let us look at the syntax of this. First of all, our if keyword come, and second we have condition, and after condition we have a colon, and after colon we need to have skip 4 spaces. This is called indentation, and this is must, otherwise this will raise an error, and this is must in Python, not in other languages. And now we'll write their block to run, Python block to run, and this is the basic if statement. And let's see an example. First of all, we will initialize a variable, that is age. Now we will use it in our condition to check whether it is more than 18 or less than 18. To check it, we will write the condition. You can see first we wrote our if keyword, then we wrote a condition, that is whether it is under 18 or above 18, and after it we will write colon, and after it we will skip 4 spaces. We have skipped 4 spaces. You can see Python interpreter automatically skipped 4 spaces, and now we will write code there, and this is where we want what we want to run if this condition become true. So whatever we can write there that we want to make Python run. This is truly subjective thing. Let's we print a good message. You are not under 18. Let's see what happens. So you can see that since our age is 20, that is more than 18, so this condition become true, and this block have run. So this was a basic if statement. That is, we can see it is a first scene, but what we if we want to check the more than one condition, like in it we can also use our logical operators and or these kind of operators that like if we use and, then it may compulsory to it to check the both condition before going to block that is under it. And it must be make these two conditions true before going to block. Let's see what happens. So you can see that age is greater than 18. This has run, but since the age is not equal to 18, so it become false, and we know that this condition and to run, it is necessary to have this both condition true. Otherwise it will not run. And let us look at the or operator, what it do. And or operator make only one condition, need only one condition to be true, and if only one condition become true, it will run. Otherwise, you can see that since age is greater than 18, it has run, and age is not equal to 18, it is false. But in or operator, it gonna check only one condition. If only one get true, then it will run the block that we want. And second, if we want two paths, if we don't want only one decision, we want to make the decisions, two decisions. If the condition true, then run this. If not, then run this. So for this we have if else. To get out of the body, to get rid of this body, like uh, we have to push our cursor 4 spaces back, since our cursor was there. But to move out of this block, we have to move our cursor 4 positions back. Since we are out of the block, now we're gonna cover if we have two paths to choose, and one of the path we will be chosen, another will be left. Based on condition, will get this. And let's see what happened in this. Like we check the number, is number greater or equal, this gonna be decision. And this is the if keyword. After it, we're gonna write our condition. If number is equal to 30, and print spelling are wrong, my mistake. And now this is the first part. If the condition true, this block will run. And now the second part, let the Python choose second part. We will write there our second part, that's else. If else, that's why we say it f else. And else will run when the above condition, that in the first case, will get false. Any message you can print, it's not compulsory, it's based on you. And let us run the, let's uh, comment out this so we understand easily. You can see that since the our number is not equal to 30, this condition become false. And after this condition become false, this case run. And this is the if else. Like if one condition become true, then run this. If not, then run this. So this is not only where we stop. And we if we want more than two parts to be checked, more than one or two condition to be checked, so what if we have if else and else if. Like if one condition true, uh, if one condition false, then check this. If this false, then check this. And this I'm gonna cover check all cases that we have that we will given. And at last it will run else if the none of the case become true. Let's see what happen. We comment out this. So in if elif else, that is for multiple paths, like multiple choice questions. And this for this we're gonna look at the example that make us more clear how to this is actually works. So for it example, let's see, we are going to check the score of the student, the score that it have, on the basis of score it have, we're gonna allot it the grade. Let's see. Let me preset the score of, we can also take the input from user that is truly on us. Let us preset the score is equal to 85. We can change it later. So if score, this is the first condition that we're gonna check, and that will be checked. If scores are greater or equal to 90, then execute this block, allot grade. And after is this will check this condition. So you can see this is the new keyword elif. This comes between if and else. Like if we want to check more than one condition, we can use elif, that is the short form of else if. So else if, in this else if we will check the condition, this is the our score equal to or greater than 80. If this becomes true, then grade is equal to b. Yes. Oh. And after this block and this condition, we gonna give it one more condition to check. If scores are greater or equal to 70, then execute, oh, sorry. So one more condition, that is if scores are greater or equal to, you can see that indentation error. This is error because we have not we are not out of the body of this elif. And this is gonna think that, and Python gonna think that we are in the elif body, and we are making this statement. So this is not allowed, and we're gonna take cursor behind. now we are writing this condition, that is checking the scores are they equal to 60 or greater to 60. So if they are, then grade is equal to t. So at last, that is our f grade. For it we will write else. If none of the condition get true, then this will execute definitely. If one of the condition become true, like if one is not true, then this gonna skip the whole if else statements, and just it will execute this block and skip the rest of all our program, uh, this still till this. And if this condition becomes true, and so every code program followed by this will be skipped. And if none of the condition true, like these conditions we have preset, these become false, then the else block will be executed, and this is the last choice that will be run if all the cases become false. So after it we uh, print our grade by using fstring method that we have covered in first lesson. So first we will write the score of student, then we will write grade it achieved that we have calculated using our program. So let us see what happened. Execute the, you can see the grade is B. How the grade is B? Since our scores are greater than 85, 80, and this block will is the same, that is the scores, if scores are equal to 80 or and greater than 80. So this block will be executed since our scores are greater than 80. This got executed, and this is how elif works, and it has skipped all other cases that are you can see are C, D, F grades. And if we change the scores, like if we change the scores to 30, it's gonna check all the condition, and at last it will allowed grade f, that is in else, because all the conditions are gonna false, and this is after the all cases being checked and none of the become true. So else log will be executed, and here you can see else log got executed. So this was a else if. And besides these, we have nested if, that is the decision within decisions. Like if we wanna take decision in the decision, like if the one condition become true, and we wanna check one more condition that we have achieved in our and that we have achieved with the logical operators in the uh, so we can also use the nested if, like if in the if. Uh, let us look at the examples so it make more clear, and let us take the previous example that we are. If scores are greater 80, check if the scores are spelling mistake. This is the very common. And this, check the if these are greater than 90. So print, this is the this is our if within if block, like this was the his block. Then now after four spaces after indentation, this is the second if block, that is nested if. We see we can call it nested if. And in the block of nested if we gonna write excellent, that we are appreciating the student. So let's see what happened. Since the scores were below 80, so let us make it 90. So you can see that the scores are greater than 80, this condition become true. But since these are not greater than 90 but are equal to 90, so we are not going to we're not checking the this case. Let us make it 90. Let's make it 90 if the scores become greater than 90. Scores are greater than 90, so then check the score if the scores are equal to 95. So if these are 95 equal to 95, then this gonna uh, make it greater than 95. That is more accurate. So uh, if scores are, if someone have achieved 99%, 99 scores, so uh, let us see what happened. You can see excellent. The excellent message has been printed to appreciate the student who have gained 99 scores in his exam. And after allotting it the grades, it has uh, it has it has appreciated the student. And this was the nested if. So and this, after all of this, we have one thing more that is very very great thing, that is very playable, and that is the ternary operator. That is a shortcut to write the if statement. Like uh, we have covered the simple if else. To write it, not write it like that we have written before. That is if this has covered four lines in our program. And if we want to run it in the just one line, we have a shortcut key for that. And that will more help you in the uh, later cases where we have less time to write the all lines. Like check it. Let us look at the example that will make it more clear. So let us check the age that we have checked in the previous one. You can see in this we have written the 2 to 3 lines, and in it we are going to cover it only one line. Let us initialize it with 40. So, what is the ternary operator syntax? And ternary operator syntax is like is equal to status. This is the keyword. Not, this is not the keyword. This is the variable. I was wrong. And now print the message that we are gonna print if the age is greater than 18. If age is uh, greater than or equal to 18, so adult will be initialized. Status will be initialized with adult. Otherwise, uh, otherwise it will be initialized with minor. So let us print the status, what the status got after checking the condition. So you can see adult, since our age is greater than or greater than 18, that is our 40, and the adult has been assigned to the status. If the age become less than 18, let us see what happened. uh, you can see minor. Since this condition become false, so the else block get executed. So this was a shortcut key and very useful in the later programming. In this we will use it more rather than we use the if else, same if else in 4 lines. We will use the only one line. Right? So so second topic is repeating decision. And to repeat decisions, we have loops. What are the loops? Loops are like a repetition power that gonna repeat our block of code until we specify the condition. And so in loops, we have types of loop that are for loop, while loop, and for range loop. And so these are the loops. And in addition to these loops, we have also do while loop, and we will look at one by one. So our first loop is for loop. For loop basically run the block of code until our until the time we want to make it run. It actually run it until the we our set limit become equal to the Python's variable, Python's I variable. Let's just look at the syntax that make more clear. Let us see. For this is the uh, for uh, for I in, this can be any iterator, any iterator like string and any other list, array, dictionary. This can become there to iterate. We gonna, for simplicity, we gonna see range. Range is the basically, this is a function that that's the range that print the specified range. Like our starting limit is 0 and landing limit is 10. It's gonna write from 0 to 10 the numbers comes in between our two limits. Skipping the upper limit, like 10 is our upper limit, it's gonna write from 0 to 9, not gonna write 10 because it skip the 10. and run the one below the our specified upper limit. You can see that. So after it we write colon, and we get into the block of the code, block of the for, and Mhm. पता नहीं यार. So we are in the body of for. In this we will write whatever we want to make Python write. Like we're gonna write the I. If we want I to be run, I to be printed. So you can see that it has printed I. That is I is the I gonna I is the going to initialize every time with the current value with the like first it was the 0, since we are our limit is starting from 0. So after one addition it become 1, and it become the 9 at the end of our range, and it has skipped the 10 because this is the rule in Python that uh, upper limit become skipped. And so this was the basic uh, for loop with range. Now we have uh, look at the range functions in more clearly. We have the in range we have the 4 parameters. Two are specified, that are upper and lower limits, and second thing is that how we want to make it uh, how many steps we want it to skip after first iteration. Since by default its value is 1, but to visualize it we are going to set the it's a 2. So let us do it in 0, that is the lower limit, and this is the upper limit. After it you can see we have a step. I made a mistake that it have just 3 parameters, not a 4 that I said earlier, so make a correction in your notes. And that is the step parameter. The by default its value you can see it's 1, and so we gonna change it value. So this is the value we want. After it we similarly print the I. What is the I? So you can see that we first we comment out this, so it not become ambiguous. You can see. So first it was 0. After it make 2 steps, that is it landed on 2, and then it's 4. You can in the first it was 0 1 2 3 4. It has simply, and in this we have skipped the 2 values, like in 0 in 0 after 0 1, and 1 has been skipped, and after it 2 has been printed, and some 3 is skipped. So this was the range functions. And after it we have as I said earlier that in this in the place of range we can also write any iterator like list or string. Let us check with the list of fruits. First we gonna initialize it with the list of fruits: apple, apple, banana, inverted commas. So to save our time we are just going to make it. So for loop is for fruit, and you can see that we have changed the variable with the fruit, and instead of we write the here I. It is truly on us that uh, what the name we want to make, we want to give it. In convention is that people use I, but we can use any other in the place of I. So in fruits we had mistake that this should be fruits, so followed by colon. So f string to print the fruit. Let us see the output. What is so apple, banana. You can see it iterated the 2 times. The first the fruits value was apple, and it got printed apple, and after next iteration the fruits value become banana, and this has also been printed. So this was the for loop with the list. like looping through a list. And now we loop through a string. So to loop through a string, let us look at the quick. In this is our string, and I'm sorry for my mistakes in spelling. It is due to short of time, but it can be anything. Like Python don't have any objection on it, so not objection we are also going to make. So you can see it iterated through Python's number of characters, pattern number of letters. Like it's written it. The first value of letter was P, then it's Y, and followed by T, followed by O, H, and it has printed. And this was the looping through string. These all are important topics that we are that we will use in later topics. So after this we have for loop with index, that is the enumeration. Yes. So after for loop we have while loop. While loop is also called the conditional loop that execute the block of code until the condition changes. Like if we have set the condition, it will iterate the our block of code until the our given condition become false. So let us see the syntax of the while loop, and then we will look at the example. So syntax is, first we write the keyword that is a while, that show that we are going to use while loop, and after it we write condition that we want to be checked in every iteration, then then colon, and after it we are in the block of while loop. In block we in addition to writing the program we want to be executed in every iteration, we have to make the thing that update it that update the condition that we have set. Otherwise it will be result in the infinite loop and continue looping and looping, and it will never stop, and you have to manually stop it. So we have to must have the condition that make the our given condition updated, and at last it become false. So the loop could be terminated, otherwise it will be not terminated. So this was the syntax. Now we look at the example. So basic example we have in for while loop is that count is 0. This is the variable we have initialized it to 0. We want to run our block of code until the count become count become equal to 5. So we will write run the our loop, sorry, it will be a count. So run the this block of code until our count value become equal to 5. In block of code we want to print count in each iteration, and here we are going to update the our given condition. Like count was 0, now we are going to set it count plus 1. So it become it every in every iteration 1 is added to count. So count equal to become count eventually count become equal to 5, and our loop could be terminated. So let us look at the output, or the output we have. So you can see that in output we have 0 1 2 3 4. In first iteration the count value was 0, it got printed. After the count value updated to 1, and then the loop reversed, and then it comes there, and it checked the condition again. So it was less than 5, so this condition become true, and it entered the block of code, and then it printed the 1, and uh, at the last it added 1 to the account, and this loops continue until this condition become false. When the value become 5, uh, the count is less than 5 condition become false, and we uh, we get out of the loops body. We can check the count value counts value. What is the count value now? It must be 5. That you can see that it is 5. It is 5 that lead us to out of the block. Otherwise it will be continued. Like if I don't this write this line, this will be continue printing the count value that is 0, and it will be stopped by manually, not by our program. So Where we use it to take the user input uh, in games in if we don't know the how many repetitions we want of our block of code, so we use this like in here we don't know, uh, here we know, but since if we take the input from user that enter the number count, he will enter the number, and we want to run the until the count become equal to our value, like whatever value we give it. So here we don't know the how many repetitions it will be get to iterate every time, so we use the while loop. So it iterates until our condition become false. So we also use other operators, like we have used here less than operator. We can also use not equal to, or uh, not equal to, or greater than or equal to, any operator, any logical operator we have studied. And we can also use more than one condition, like here just we written one condition. We can also write other condition using and or operator or other operators. So this was the while loop. So after it we have loop control. To control the loop we have break, continue, and pass. These three functions we will use in loops to control the iterations, to control the loop. So what is the break statement? Break statement actually is emergency exit. Like if we want to exit of our loop when like our condition, given condition met, like we give the condition and iterate it until the password matches, and if our password got matched, so we get out of the loop, and it emergency it got to exit from the loop's body. And so let us look at the example so you could understand more. Well, like if we want to take input from the user, this is the true condition I have set. Like it will never be false until we break the loop. It will be continuously run, and it will be executed infinitely until the break statement we are going to set it met. We are going to take input from user. This will check if the user has entered quit to quit the loop and break. F string. You can see we want, if whatever we print will print, it will be printed, and it will be going to ask continuously and infinitely. But when we type quit, this got out of the block, out of the loop, because command is equal to quit. We have given the condition. If the condition got matched, so break statement will be run, and we will be out of the our loop. So this was the uh, break statement. After it we have continue statement, that will be skip the one specific iteration that we want, and just specific break statement stop the whole loop, and get us outside the body of the loop. But mm, continue statement just skip the one specific iteration or a number of iterations that we want, and we have to specify the condition, what the condition meant to skip the our iteration. So we use it to filter out unwanted items. Like if we are going to iterate the list, and list have the multiple items, and we want to skip it the one specific item, so we will give it the item, and if the item got matched, uh, so this iteration will be skipped, and it will be shifted to other one, next one. So so in this with the continuous statement, loop don't actually uh, break, it just continues with the next item, with the next uh, iteration. And let us look at the example for I in. So it will be iterate until the from 0 to 9, and we want to skip the eighth value. If I is equal to 8, continue, otherwise print I. Let us see what happened. So you can see that it jumped from 7 to 9, and it has not iterated 8th. Actually, it got skipped by our given condition that if I is equal to 8, continue will skip the iteration, and it will be it will start from the I ninth value, that is next of the 8. So we can also use it in by via while loop. So this is for your practice. I want you to do this thing and comment out, please. So this is actually the good way to learn, practicing with the learning, and this is the one basic way to learn things on most best. So after continue statement, we have pass statement. Actually, pass, what the pass do is that, let us comment out it first. Pass actually don't do anything. It is a just for placeholder, and it doesn't skip or doesn't break the loop. It just for placeholder. Like if we define a function and don't want to initialize it with the statements and we want to initialize it later, so the pass statement will can be used in the declaration. Like we want just to declare, not to initialize. So we cannot leave it empty after declaration. So we need to have a pass statement to for placeholder to give it, so it doesn't raise an error. It's basically used in functions, and it can be also in the other, like if else and in loops. Like if we use it in if else, let us see what happen. If age is greater or equal to 18, just pass. Else, anything. So you can see no has printed because it was less than 7, and so it got not printed. We actually specified that if the age is greater than 18 or equal to 18, don't do anything, just pass. If we erase it and don't write the pass statement, it will raise an error that we have not specified anything, like indentation error. So pass is basically necessary if we don't want to do anything and don't want to have an indentation error. So we can also use in functions, like if we want to define a function. Yes. So this was the pass statement, and at last we have else with loops, like last but not least, that we have else in the our loops. If we have covered in else in the if else, but we also have else in the loops. So else will going to run when the our loops completes normally, like no break or no break, no emergency exit. So if it just completes its iterations normally, it will run the else. And like let us look at the example. Let us look at the simple example, not a complex one, so you could understood. Yes. So you can see 5 has printed. If we just break it by giving condition, just if count is equal to 2, break the loop. So let us look at. So you can see that else part has not executed because we have break the loop, and this also has skipped the else block and not printed anything. So this was the else with loops.